Hey guys, so I'm holding the camera because some folks had asked to see this area back in the back of my room a little bit closer. This is where I keep all of my Tilda paper and supplies and projects that folks have made for me or I've made myself. Actually, there's some other spots in the room where there is a few Tilda projects, but I'll just insert pictures because it's a lot easier for me to do that. So anyway, just a quick look at what it actually looks like when you're up a little closer, and then I'll come in and show you some of the things in detail. I changed my dress form again because I liked the apron a little bit better, and there is right here, if you can see my finger, this is a little towel that was embroidered by Gloria, Crafty Cake 7. She embroidered that for me and sent it to me as a gift. I think it was, we did a swap, I think. Or maybe it was for something else, but she sent that to me, and it's you know, very treasured. So she embroidered the image of a Tilda doll on this towel right here. And then I just have it hanging from my apron that I got from IKEA. So let me move the dress form out of the way and try and show you this area a little bit better without her being tucked back in here. So I'll start over here from the left side. This is where my standing clip it up is, and that's actually heating and air conditioning unit. And I don't have the lights on in the studio, so hopefully there is enough light for you all to see everything. These are just some jars that vintage jars that I picked up at a antique sale, and I've decorated it with some Tilda fabrics. And there's actually a spool from Tilda back there. I can't show it to you because I'm on the wrong side of the dress form now. I have a pink tree from Christmas. That's a Tilda tin. This is a tin that I decorated with Tilda paper, and it has ribbons inside. How do I know that? Because there's a ribbon across the front. I decorated it with what was inside. And then there's some embellishments back behind it, back behind the tin. So if I go into my stash, there's a little crate back there that has stickers. And there's a tag here that I had gotten from a swap. And above that is a purse that was from a swap. This is all Tilda paper. So if you see something that you think you have a question on, just leave a comment below. But this is an old retired, well, let me just say all the Tilda paper lines are now being retired because she's decided to focus on her fabric instead of the paper lines. So if you like the Tilda paper, you should probably scoop some up. But the only place you can get that from, that I know of online, is now from European vendors. I don't think anywhere in the US actually sells Tilda paper anymore, or embellishments. Unless you go to Esme's store and she has some. She happens to, you know, have some in the shop, but she doesn't usually carry it. That's a little tree I made with laces and such and buttons. That's some Tilda paper covering another one of those book-like tins. This is a Tim Holtz jar that I decorated with Tilda embellishments inside. Somebody had, actually I think I had bought these clothespins. These are from the Tilda line. I just embellished the jar. And then that's another Tilda tin. This is a box that Esme, she altered for me. We did a swap together. She has my box, and actually we used the same paper, but our boxes don't look the same. So that's the box she gave to me, and I have removed very little from it. So it has little treats inside so you can actually see through the top. This is a vintage deer I have from an antique mall. And then there is a Tilda doll up here. This one's from Marta. She actually gifted me two, and you'll see it. It's over to the right over here. That's a Tilda doll. And all the way up there is, that's a stick pin holder that, or spool that Dee made for me, Dee Special Things. She gifted that to me in a swap we did together. And then that is a wallet right there that also goes with the purse. We did a purse swap. That wasn't from Dee. I think that's from Jennifer Stevens. I believe. I hope that I got that right. And then that's a traveler's notebook that I made out of Tilda fabric. So you can see the pattern up there matches the box down here. And then to the right are just some teapots. A teapot and a creamer. And the little creamer has a Tilda doll in it that I made. It's a tiny one. I know it's a little hard to see from here, but she's up there. Okay. And these are some embellishments that Jennifer also made for me, I believe, in a swap that we did. They're little heart embellishments. And then if I move over here, this is from Yarlis. There's a card and a loaded envelope back here. And then behind it I have a box that has the Seaside Girl kit. I made the girl, but she's not sitting over here. She's sitting up somewhere else, and I'll show pictures of her as well. And then behind that is another box that was given to me by Lisa, Hope Chest Bride. The box set's in white back there. We did a swap together some time ago. And then this is a little house that I altered from Tilda paper last Christmas. It does light up, but I can't get to the little switch. It'll be hard to get to the switch from here. So coming down is 6x6 Tilda papers and the other Tilda doll that Marta gifted to me. So let me move her out of the way so I can show you some of the stuff that she is sitting in front of. So that is my 6x6 paper collection from Tilda. Various paper pads, and then underneath it, this whole shelf here used to be a bench. I found this free bench, two free benches, sitting on the side of the road, waiting for the trash pickup. And my husband cut the top of the bench off. It's like this chippy blue paint color, and then I used these iron scroll work shelf brackets to hold it up. And we sanded it a little bit so that none of the rough edges were in here. And then of course any of the Tilda tags and various different things that people have given me or I have made myself. Most of these things I think people have given to me. That one is mine, but most of these other ones here were from swaps that I did, or Christmas gifts. That's from Gloria, I remember. They're all hanging from here, and there's even a Tussie Mussie hanging right here. So I kind of hung them on this white chain because, you know, I wanted to display them. And then back over here again, this has more Tilda embellishments. Some are sewing type of things, and then some are stamping and paper crafting. So I have 3 sets of stamps that Marta was able to find for me. This one, whoops, some buttons fell down. Jennifer made these buttons for me. Look how cute they are. These are altered with Tilda paper. So you can use all your scraps, you know. These are the tiniest bit of scraps, and she even has had a card, note card. I just kept that too. So that's down in this little compartment thing. I just found this at a thrift store, but what's in here is like, you can make a purse. These are angel wings. That's a sailboat. This goes with the Seaside Girl. I actually have 2 of them, so I just stuck it in here. And then these are ice skates. The metal pieces, so you can make the ice skates for the dolls. Which I haven't... Have I done a winter doll? I don't think I've done a winter doll. So maybe I'll do that this year. Who knows? And then this little container here is from... I know... Aola DIY. She made several different containers for me, and this is one of them. I think the other ones are in another part of my craft room, but this one is decorated with Tilda paper and embellishments, and so I put another stamp in here that I have just to display it. And so all of these are candy boxes, and you can see the different colors because they're different collections. So for instance, That's the bug. You can see her. Look how many I have of the bug. And there is a paper, paper set that goes with it. I gotta move that container so I can show you these more closely. So that's Autumn Harvest. There's a little belly band around it. That's what's giving me problems when pulling them out. So this is Spring Diaries. And then this one is another Pardon My Garden. So the coordinating paper pads that went with these were 6x6. So that's what's above here. And they're all together. So this is the bug one. Oh, kill the bug. Oops. I don't want stuff to fall down. So you can see these are all the same. And what I do is when I use one of the pads, I turn it the other direction so I know which one I'm using. So I know to cut into this one first. So all of these are new pads, and then this is a different one. See? So I'm not going to flip through these paper pads because that would take a long time, and I'm one-handed. So there you go. And then this box up here, from the side, you can see it's more candy boxes, but these are the taller, older versions of the candy boxes. There's even one on top. I started to, when I opened the packages, I started to take ones that were like the same, like these first 3 or 4, and put them into iris cases. And then I stopped doing that because I wanted to keep some new ones. So I just have a few that are in those iris cases. But then I have new packages that I haven't opened yet or used any of the items from it. And these coordinate with the 12 by 12 paper, which is down here. So I have 2 boxes of 12 by 12 paper, or 2 recollections cubes of 12 by 12 paper. And I have a lot of the older collections because Esme was selling them in her store. So I'll just pull this one out right here, this stack right here, and you'll probably see some that you may not have seen before, unless you've seen it on my channel maybe. So these are, they kind of released them like with a similar pattern but different colors. So this you can see is a similar one, but it's red. And then this one is like a brownish color. And these are all pretty much shabby chic. So if you're not into the shabby chic, I understand, I get it. We don't all like the same things, and that's okay. So this is a lavender one. This is a blue one. So you can see how they were all very similar. And then this one is like a different kind of blue. So, yeah. So those are the oldest, probably the oldest paper pads out there for Tilda. That I have, and very hard to find. You're lucky if you can find these now. And then we go into some of the newer ones. And as I said before, what I do is I have multiples of the same paper pad, and it's really bad, guys. Now that I'm hoarding it because they don't sell the paper anymore. So you could see which one I'm using because the spine is facing me. The colored spine is the one that's cut into. So this one is, oh, this is a Sewing Bird. And then I have 2 of these Country Escape that I've cut into because there's some papers that are no longer in the first pad. So I'm using papers out of the second one. So that's Country Escape. You all know that's a favorite of mine, or actually my favorite. This one is Garden Party. So all of these are kind of like, you know, in the same sort of style. Oh, that one, that's a Flower Garden. That's an older one too. So now we're getting into the older ones before that set that we just saw for Country Escape. So I only have 1 of some of these pads, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. But by far, if you were to say that, you know, look at all of the paper that I have in my collection, I want to call it a collection. I have by far more Tilda paper than anything else. Duplicates, because I have duplicates of it. And some people were asking me before if I was selling any. I was like, no, I'm hoarding it now. You'd be lucky if I sell any of this. Anyway, I know I'm not saying the names of the pads, but I'm showing you the covers so that you can get an idea of how many different paper pads are in here. And yes, they are all in that shabby chic sort of color combination. Some have bolder colors, and then you'll see that her newer paper pads are like that. And I think most oh, this one should be up with the others, but maybe it's because I have two of them. Okay, if we move down here, another set of 12 by 12. I'm gonna have to break this video up because I'm taking too long. Sweet Christmas. You can see I have several of those. This one is facing the other direction. You can pull it out. That's another Christmas one. Winter play or something. Some of them face the other direction. I don't know why, but they do. Happiness is homemade. That's not the front of it. This is the front of it. And then this one should be Tiny Treasures, I believe. Tiny Treasures, just to give you an idea. And then this one, All That Is Spring. I tried to put my Christmas ones together, if you didn't notice, if they would fit together. And this would be Seaside Escape or Seaside something. I know I probably said that wrong. Seaside, the Seaside Life. So you can see that's not pink, it's blue. And then this last one over here is the Corner Shop. I know some people have that as their favorites. Okay, and all of the paper pads that are down here and some of the ones that are up here have die cuts in them as the first page. These older pads that I showed you, they don't have any die cuts. They just have one, the sheets like this where you can cut apart the borders. And then they started doing die cuts later on. So the die cuts are perforated, so all you have to do is pop them out. This is a Copic marker lid that I have stuck down in here to hold, this is envelopes, 6x6 envelopes, and stickers. There's lots of stickers in here that coordinate with the paper lines I just showed you. So if I were to pull this out, you'd see a whole bunch of stickers. And underneath that are die cuts. This is how they used to do the die cuts on sheets and stickers. So I have some of those here. Again, a lot of times the die cuts in the older packs that came separately sheets, you pop them out. See, like this one. I was working on this and then I stopped and now it's still just sitting out. Okay, so this is card packs. So I have two of these right here and a few of these right here, and they only had two of these that I know of available, two different styles. So this one, these both, you fold the page in half and it makes a 6x6 card. So it's card background. But I still use them for die cutting. When you don't want to cut a whole sheet, you can use those too. So you don't have to cut a 12x12 sheet up. And then right here is tissue paper from Tilda, and then this is another card background. So this is a different style stack, but I only have two of those. This one most resembles the Country Escape paper pad. So if you can find this one and that one's your favorite, I suggest you maybe purchase one of those. Now this is books by the creator of Tilda. So I'll pull this one out real quick. Tilda's Toy Box. And this is the Tilda I'm talking about. This is not Magnolia Tilda, but they're both from Sweden. So because she does more of a sewing type thing, she's decided to focus on that and instead of putting out paper now. So these are all of her, not all of the books that she's put out, but these are all books that she's written. And they have projects in them so that you can create some of the Tilda dolls and other things. There's not just the dolls in there. Now, what's this black thing here? This is a pattern that I've already used, and I took the pattern pieces and put them in an envelope and stuck them in the book that they belong in. So if I've already cut the pattern up to create a doll, I put it in here. so I know which one it came out of. So this is Homemade and Happy. So that gives you an idea of what my Tilda collection looks like. I hope you guys, this was enough. And I will take some photos and insert them into the video so that you can see other areas of my room that have Tilda items. Thanks for watching. Bye now.